Previously on our journey, we saw Yug, Abhimanyu, and Kachwa, three courageous individuals drawn into a maze of enigmas, encountering an ominous door marked by protective talismans, a menacing lock etched with the number 666, and a disturbing link to the dreaded entity, Yakshini. They found themselves on the brink of the unknown. As they ventured further into the labyrinth of mysteries, Abhimanyu illuminated the spine-chilling implication of 666, often referred to as the Devil's Number. They ventured into their mission to purify the graveyard, unexpectedly stumbling upon a room that was undeniably sinister. The atmosphere within was heavy with a disconcerting energy that radiated an unspeakable dread. Yug, the doubter in the team, interrogated the peculiar happenings. Simultaneously, Abhimanyu startled them with an icy hypothesis. He suggested the possibility of the British constructing this room with the intent of harnessing unseen forces, a concept that made their blood run cold. Their endeavor was far from concluded, and as they dedicated their efforts to the purification, room was plunged into darkness. An unsettling knock began to reverberate from the room rumored to be Yakshini's prison. A profound fear seized them in the pitch-black room. Despite their best efforts to remain composed, the knocking from the room amplified, sending tremors of terror through them. Fear and tension gripped them as they stood in the darkness, the knocking from the room growing louder with every passing second. In the chilling ambience of the mansion, the rain relentlessly battered against the windows, each drop like a tiny drum, echoing the rhythm of his pulsating heart. The incessant downpour created a somber symphony, amplifying the heavy silence that filled the room. As the darkness of the night deepened, Yug found himself trapped in the labyrinth of his own subconscious, a prison made of haunting memories and painful echoes of a past he wished he could rewrite. He found himself standing next to his father, their formidable silhouettes projected against the grand, intimidating structure of the Excellence Bodybuilding School in Bangalore. The place was an emblem of an unwanted past, a vault filled with memories that were paradoxically painful, yet precious. The memory of this place was the symbol of a forced separation, an event that left an indelible mark on his soul, a mark that refused to fade with time. His father stood tall and resolute, his voice heavy with a mix of regret and sorrow. He began recounting chain of events, the intricate situations that compelled Yug into a life he wouldn't have chosen, a path he hadn't intended to tread. The raw reality of the moment was so potent, it clung to the air like a thick fog, enveloping them in an embrace of sorrow and despair. Tears welled up in their eyes, each drop a silent testament to the pain of an impending separation. The air was filled with an emotional turmoil, a storm that threatened to shatter their world. Yug's desperate plea to his father echoed in this whirlwind of emotions, plea so heart-wrenching, it seemed to echo from the depths of his soul. His pained cries of "Stop, Papa, don't go!" echoed in the vast emptiness of his dream. Yug awoke from his dream, his heart pounding in his chest. The images of his past were startlingly vivid, as if he had just lived them. His childhood memories were crystal clear, etched in his mind with the precision of a master artist. The room around him was plunged in darkness, a stark contrast to the vibrant imagery playing in his mind. Memories, some bitter, some sweet, washed over him, wrapping him in a melancholic nostalgia. The most poignant of these was the memory of parting from his father. It was a painful memory he had tucked away in the deepest corners of his heart, hoping never to revisit. However, tonight, it surfaced with such rawness that it left Yug breathless. The dull ache in his heart intensified as he remembered his father's face, his loving eyes filled with sorrow on their last meeting. Yug could almost feel the roughness of his father's hand on his cheek, a touch that was now lost forever. The room was silent, a profound silence that made every small sound feel magnified. The only sounds breaking this tranquility were the soft snores of his companions, Abhimanyu, Kachwa, and Kayar, their gentle rhythms of breath serving as a soothing lullaby in the deep night. Their innocent innocence in sleep provided a stark contrast to the turmoil Yug was experiencing. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by a mysterious voice, an ethereal echo that seemed to come from nowhere, yet echoed from everywhere. It was a voice that called out in the darkness, "Yug's son! Oh, Yug's son!" The voice sent a chill down his spine, an icy reminder of a past he wished to bury within. His heart throbbed in fear and confusion, his mind twisted in a whirlpool of thoughts. Was this a figment of his imagination? A cruel trick played by his sleep-deprived mind? Or was it something more real, more tangible? As he sat there, grappling with the chilling voice, a sudden realization crashed over him like a wave. The voice, it was eerily familiar, a voice he hadn't heard in years, a voice he had longed to hear but feared at the same time. A cold dread filled him as he acknowledged the spectral echoes of the past. With a heavy heart and trembling hands, Yug recognized the voice. It was his father's. As the rain intensified outside, the mansion seemed to hold its breath. Alone in his thoughts, Yug found himself grappling with the spectral echo that had interrupted the silence. The voice, hauntingly familiar, wavered between the tangible and the supernatural, challenging the boundaries of his understanding. His mind raced back to the vivid dream, the bittersweet memories of his childhood, the painful separation from his father, and now, this spectral encounter. The lines between reality and the supernatural blurred as he questioned the significance of this mysterious voice. Was it a mere hallucination, or a spectral manifestation that defied logical explanation? The echoes of the dream intertwined with the haunting voice, creating a chilling atmosphere. His father's voice, long gone from the living realm, seemed to resonate from the shadows of the mansion, adding an uncanny layer to the already eerie night. The mansion remained silent, its secrets hidden deep within, as Yug found himself lost in an unsettling blend of dreams and reality. Yug's heart pounded in his chest as the echoes of the spectral voice faded into the obscure corners of the mansion. The chilling encounter had left him with more questions than answers. His mind, a whirlwind of thoughts, struggled to make sense of the spectral manifestations and their connection to his dreams. He wondered if the mansion, with its centuries-old history, had a role to play in this uncanny encounter. As his curiosity piqued, Yug decided to delve deeper into the mansion's past. He ventured into the unexplored, dust-laden sections of the mansion, the creaking wooden floorboards beneath him bearing witness to his search for answers. As he moved deeper into the mansion, the air grew colder, the silence more profound. His father's spectral voice seemed to guide him, leading him to a hidden chamber that lay forgotten under layers of dust and time. Inside the chamber, Yug discovered an old, worn-out diary. It was his father's. He could recognize his father's handwriting in the dim light. The diary, filled with reflections and confessions, held the secrets of the mansion and his father's untold past. As he flipped through the pages, Yug came across an entry about a spectral entity called Yakshini. His father had noted his encounters with Yakshini and the connection they shared. As Yug read on, he realized that the spectral voice he'd heard was indeed his father's, reaching out to him from beyond through Yakshini. The realization was overwhelming but also comforting. While the mansion's eerie secrets continued to unravel, Yug felt a renewed connection with his father. He found himself at the center of a mystery that transcended time and reality, a mystery that was now his to unravel. Stay tuned as we delve into the secrets of the Yakshini in the next chapter of the Yakshini Chronicles. Welcome back, dear listeners. As we continue our journey with Yug, we find him engrossed in his father's diary. The worn-out pages, yellowed with age, reveal secrets that have been buried for years. The mansion, with its eerie silence, seems to hold its breath as Yug reads about the spectral entity, Yakshini. According to the diary, Yakshini was a spirit tied to the mansion, bound by an ancient curse. His father's entries revealed the strange bond he had formed with Yakshini, her voice being his only solace in the lonely mansion. As Yug delved deeper into the diary, he learned about the rituals his father had performed to communicate with Yakshini. The entries also hinted at the possibility of Yakshini being a benevolent spirit, one who had been misunderstood and feared for centuries. The mystery of Yakshini's existence and her connection to his father was a puzzle Yug was determined to solve. With each passing moment, Yug felt a strange affinity towards Yakshini. He decided to follow in his father's footsteps, to reach out to Yakshini, believing she held the answers he sought. As Yug prepares for his first encounter with Yakshini, we can only wonder what the future holds for him. Will he succeed in communicating with Yakshini? Or will he be yet another victim of the mansion's eerie past? Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of the Yakshini Chronicles. To be continued.